all of us who love the music of Bartók and who try to learn it and to perform his music, to interpret it, it's absolutely essential. I cannot emphasize it enough, how important it is to know Bartók's own recordings. Not to imitate it, it's impossible to imitate, but what a gift it is, what a privilege to hear such a great composer who was also a magnificent, a really wonderful pianist. What would we do? How wonderful it would be to hear Beethoven play, or to hear Mozart play, to hear Bach play. Unfortunately, that is not possible, but in my opinion, we would come to similar conclusions if we heard Beethoven play Beethoven. That we have the printed text, even the handwritten text, if we look at a facsimile of Bartók, and he tried to be very, very precise with the metronome marks, with the articulation, with the dynamics. At the end of these children pieces, he even puts, 1 minute 48 seconds. He really went with a stopwatch and measured it. But we find all those elements in his playing which are impossible to put on paper. This we call rubato or parlando, the speaking way of playing music. That take one simple piece, this one, if I look at the printed page, I see very equal quavers, eighth notes. Yes, that's what's on the paper. They are all equal. Now, Bartók would play something like this. Why? Not because he is undisciplined, but because this is a folk song, and the text says that Fehér László lovat lopott, a fekete halomaján. It's in any language, whether it's English or German or French or Hungarian, the syllables are never equal. But unfortunately, in music, we have not invented a better or a more precise way of musical notation. And we would only guess this, or if we look at the text of the folk songs, but very often Bartók's music is inspired by folk music, but they are not actual folk songs. But even there, when I play this, I don't play it metronomically, because I imagine what would be the text to this. What is a lament that when these women in the village are singing that, my dear mother, why have you left me? Miért hagytál el, édesanyám? Something like that. And the other thing in Bartók's playing is that he didn't really have such a large hands, not large hands, because he writes very big chords, but when we hear him play, he breaks those chords. He plays them arpeggio. So the notes are not mathematically together. And this is a big lesson in Bartók, but I apply it to other composers too, because I'm sure that Beethoven also played very freely. Every witness who tells us about Beethoven's playing confirms that. However, freedom doesn't mean anarchy. There has to be a great sense of order, and within that order, one takes liberties. When did I first hear the recordings of Bartók? Very early, because my teachers, Professor Pál Kadosa, György Kurtág, Ferenc Rados, they always talked about it. In my first piano lessons with them, they said, yes, you play this very well, but you should listen to how Bartók plays. And don't imitate him, but try to be inspired by the way he does it, because there is just no question about it, that it's right.